What's good, folks? It's your boy Isaac, aka Polo, aka Young Polo, back with another edition of Polo Talk Sports. Now, we got a new series coming at y'all. This series is going to be called Over Under, and I'm going to be giving a list of 4 players, teams, coaches, whatever it is having to do with sports. And I'm going to let y'all vote first on my IG story, which I did recently, to see if you think these players are over or underrated. And I'm going to just make a video like this one, basically saying if I agree or disagree with y'all. Now, for this first series of Over Under, the players or teams in question are Stephen Curry, Wardell himself. We got Trey Lance, we got Russell Westbrook, and we got the Miami Heat of this season. Now, let's just get right into this video, man. Let's start with the hometown hero, Wardell Stephen Curry, obviously the greatest shooter of all time. Now, y'all overwhelmingly voted for Steph Curry being underrated, and I cannot even express how much I disagree with y'all. I don't know what y'all is talking about. I know this is going to make me seem like a Steph Curry hater, but how is he overrated, or how is he underrated? He's considered the best shooter of all time. It took a while. It was a lot of people were on that from the jump. A lot of people didn't really believe it until like 2016, 17. And after that point, it was undisputable. You know, I still think Reggie Miller's in that conversation. Ray Allen has something to say about that. But it's obvious Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. And at this point, it's not even close. So how could somebody with the title, the best shooter of all time, be underrated? What more do y'all want? Y'all swear Steph Curry's Michael Jordan or something. We know he changed the game. He did this, he did that. He could shoot the lights out, but how is he underrated? Someone please explain to me how this man is underrated. He's the best shooter of all time. No, he's not a top 10 player of all time. No, he's not the best point guard of all time. That's Magic Johnson. I would even put Isaiah Thomas second on that point guard list. Look up what he did if you don't know what the original IT was all about. And I put Steph right there as the third greatest point guard of all time. I'll entertain the argument that he's the second greatest, but he's not better than Magic, so let's just stop it right there. He's not even a point guard for real. He's a shooting guard. He's like Kyrie. Like, let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. So, no, I don't agree that Steph Curry's underrated. I do think if he wins another MVP and another championship, that would put him basically in the top 10. He's still right outside the top 10, though, in my opinion. I don't think he's better than, say, an Olajuwon. I don't think he's better than Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. You know, the list goes on. I still think he's in that 10 to 15 range, which is very good. And I do not think he's better than Kevin Durant, even though, obviously, Kevin Durant needed Steph Curry to get his rings. And the other, it didn't work the other way around. Steph has a ring without KD, not the other way around. But KD is one of the greatest scorers of all time, if not the greatest scorer of all time. And KD and LeBron have been 1A and 1B for the last 10 years. And Steph has never been, ever. I don't know how you could be considered better than somebody that's either the first or second player on the planet, basically for his entire career, when Steph was never that. He might have been close for like a 3-year run in 2015, 16, 17. But since then, you know, we haven't heard much about Steph besides, you know, his phony MVP run that he had last season when he won the scoring title, which was impressive, but really didn't add to his legacy, in my opinion. Next up, we got another hometown hero. I'm really hitting y'all where it hurts. We got Trey Lance, and y'all voted for him to be underrated. First of all, this man has not played a snap in the NFL. Oh, I'm tripping. He played, what, 2 games, and both of the games, his numbers were very pedestrian at best. And Jimmy G, who is an average quarterback, but he is a winner, was still, you know, better than Trey Lance. He got the Niners way further than Trey Lance would have got them. If you guys really think that Trey Lance would have came in as a rookie and took them to the Super Bowl, if you really think that next year as a sophomore he's going to come in and take y'all to the Super Bowl, you're in for a rude awakening. I'm sorry. Trey Lance is still a young player, and he is very talented, but he is extremely overrated. First of all, he played in a Division 2 or 3 college, and yet he was still a top 5 draft pick in the NFL. And in that college, he only played a full season, 1 full season, and I think another game where he didn't play well in the game that he played after his season where all his highlights come from. So he's definitely overrated. That reads overrated all over. The last person to come out of that school and get highly drafted we saw was Carson Wentz, which he did go crazy for about a year or two. And now, he's been on three different teams in the last 3 years. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Trey Lance, but let's pump the brakes on him being underrated when everything about his career to this point points to him being overrated. And I'm definitely going to be right with that one. We'll see in due time. Next up, we got Brody. Now, obviously, y'all love to hate Brody. And obviously, he's not having the best season. I'll admit it. And a lot of you voted. It wasn't too terrible. It was about 60-40, but a lot of you voted for Russell Westbrook to be a bit to be overrated. And I can't disagree with you guys heavily, but I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say he's underrated in the scope of things. He's one of the best point guards of all time, if not top five. He's definitely 6 or 7. I do think he's better than Steve Nash, even though Steve Nash did win back-to-back MVPs. Steve Nash did not have any postseason success, and Russell Westbrook at least has been to a finals, albeit it was with Kevin Durant. But Russell Westbrook, the triple-double thing, obviously everyone says it's just stat chasing. But, he was doing what he had to do to win games. People think he was more concerned about the stats than winning games. But if you go back and look at those OKC rosters after he left until Paul George got there, if he wasn't putting up a triple-double, they weren't winning. If you look up the statistics of them winning games in correlation to him getting a triple-double, it was almost every time they won, he got a triple-double. And the games that they didn't win were normally the games that he didn't get a triple-double. So if it ties into winning, how does that factor into him not caring about winning when this is really what he has to do to win games? And I'm a Russell Westbrook defender. After Kobe, he was my favorite player. Now it's Ice Trae Young, but I'm gonna always defend Westbrook till I die. I like what he's about. I could care less if he's a bad a bad answer of questions in the media or however you want to put it. If I was a player in the NBA, I would be so similar to Westbrook. You guys are so caught up with this whole LeBron thing that always has the perfect answers and always, he wants to make everyone happy. That's not like that's so overrated. Like it's just having to do with how soft this generation is. Now let's get into the last one. We got the Miami Heat. In Miami, I keep the Heat. You know what I mean? And I think they're stupid overrated. First of all, they're the 1 seed and they're one and done in the playoffs. Depending on matchup, I think the Celtics just passed them today actually as the 1 seed. So they might make it to the second round. But if they get the 1-8 matchup, Miami Heat and Brooklyn Nets, I'm telling you right now, that's a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. Nobody as good of a defensive team as Miami is. The Nets just spanked them like 2 nights ago. And with Kyrie playing every game and KD, nobody is stopping them. They running through the East. Barring health, they are running through the East. You can miss me with the Miami Heat. And even if they get a team like the Hawks, if they get into the playoffs, I like the Hawks in 6 or 7. The Heat just aren't all that. I just don't think when Tyler Hero is your best scorer, you can go far in the playoffs. I'm sorry. The East is legit now. We got the Bucks, we got the Sixers, and we got the Nets. Like, y'all gotta miss me with this Heat hype. Well, that concludes this first episode, if you will, of Over Under Polo Talk Sports. I'm gonna come up with another one soon, so keep a lookout on my Instagram story. Respond to it. I'm not asking too much, and it's good. It's lit.